Hello everyone, welcome to a Rubik's Cube tutorial. Yeah, okay, that's a little lame, but what I have here is difficult to explain because this cube here has, if I turn off this, you can see that this cube has 18,624 plastic. That's a little painful, but not anywhere near as painful as this one is. So unless you have 304,000 plastic, probably not going to be able to build that exact thing. So I'm going to show you how to build it this size and with a lot less plastic. So instead of 18,000 something, we're going to do it with more like under 1,800. And that should be a little bit more in the range of the amount of plastics that some people have. I know it's hard to get 18,000. Holy mackerel! Oh my gosh! Okay, private server, just got into it. That was so dang lucky. Okay, alright. I think I just had a little mini heart attack there. That was crazy. I forgot. I just started the private server and yeah, all the stages weren't loaded yet. Dang! Any idea how lucky that was? That was insane. Doesn't usually fly that well. Wow, I can't believe that. Glad I had that recorded. I'd never believe it if I told myself that I did that. Okay, okay. They usually don't work that well, so I'm not presenting a vehicle that is absolute bulletproof here. But let me clear this thing and let's go with a tutorial style build. And like I said, I'm going to try to do this with a lot less plastic, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to make the outer walls, we're going to have two boxes, an inner box and an outer box, and the outer box is meant to take all the damage, the inner box is meant to keep the operator protected from damage. And I'm going to start with a 32 by 32 block there. I'm making it one thick, all the outer walls one thick, the inner walls will be one thick, and that should work out just fine, I think. Let's see, I'm trying to find the center of that block. So to find the center, you line up the bottom little aura with the top aura, and then you know that that's center, and then you just switch to your build tool and place, and there you go, you're centered. So I'm going to use this as a measurement block, so I'm going to bring it down so that it is sticking down here. It's right flush with the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to bring it up 32. The reason I'm bringing up 32 is so we have a nice square box. So you can either do this with the clone tool, or you can just place another block up on top. And we want it to be level with that. So you can see how that one's, you can see the visual of where that's sticking down there and up the top too. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna clone this block here and just put it back inside of itself. So we have two of them right inside of each other. And then I'm going to grab my scaling tool and move them apart from each other. I'm going to adjust the scaling to 0.5, and I'm going to go to 13.5. And so I'm looking over here at my scale number 13.5 there, 13.5 here. The reason for that, and you may have to choose a different number, the reason for that is that that's how high my avatar is. That's how tall I am. So I can fit in there just like that. And so this is what you do. You scale these things so that whatever your number is, they match. The top and the bottom match so that you're dead center of the vehicle. And that's what you do. So if you got a tall avatar, you make these things, each one of these numbers will be smaller than 13.5. Okay, so now I'm going to put my only heavy block into this build. Everything else is plastic. There's one exception. We need to have a little bit of weight to make it work. So I'm going to bring that down by 0.5, and so it is 0.5 thick, and I'm going to make it 6 by 6. So I'm just moving these out to 4, then to 6. There we go. Okay, so that's a 6 by 6 by 0.5 platform right there. And then I'm going to start putting more plastic. And I'm just going to make this nice and consistent. I'm going to move this down 2 notches, move that right flush with the top of that. And actually this, I'm going to go out to 7, 8, yeah, 8. So go 2 notches out from the side of that. So this is going to be an 8 by 8 by 1. And then you can do the same thing on the top here. Don't forget to move it in by 1. And then make it 1 thick. So let's see. There you can see what it is. And then we're going to go out to, what is it, 5? Yeah. Take it out to 5. And then take it out to 8 on that side. Okay, 2 8 by 8 blocks. Excellent, that's all we need there. We go to a cloning tool. We're going to grab all the plastic pieces. Hope I didn't just move something right there. I think it looks okay. Okay, we're going to clone that. And I'm going to set my clone to 10 just so I can see it nice and easily. And notice I didn't select the gold, so I don't have a cloned piece of gold in here. I'm going to move it back inside of itself, and then I'm just going to go to rotate, and I'm going to make a 90 rotation there. And you can see what we're starting to form inside here is a box, and this is going to be where I stand to drive, is inside that box right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and clone again, clone it over, move it back, so they're inside of each other. We're going to go to rotate, and we're going to do the sides here. Another 90-degree turn, so now I've got a box inside a box, and I'm inside there. So how I'm going to get in and out is I'm going to turn off collision on these 3 blocks. So there's collisions off, and I can jump right in and out of there, and that's how you'll get in and out of your Rubik's Cube. Okay, now so the reason I chose 32 is each surface is 32 across, is that we can have nice even blocks. Let's see, let's bring this to, I'm going to bring this in 0.5 and 0.5, and we're going to place another one on the other side. So these are the colored, going to be the colored pieces. I'm going to bring them in 0.5, 0.5. Now we're going to switch to 0.1 scaling, and I'm just going to slide that all the way down so it's a real thin little 0.1 thick thing. While I'm here, might as well make this easier to see and make all this stuff black. And that includes the little posts on the inside so that they don't show up on the outside. And they wouldn't show up anyway after we do this, but that's kind of neat, just like a floating box there. Okay, so now you can see these things real easy, and we're going to go back to 0.5 on the scaling tool. We're going to adjust this to 10. Where my 10 at? There's 10, and there's 10, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we're going to go to the move tool. Whoops, that's rotation, clone, yeah, clone, that's what I want to do. 10.5. So I'm going to move each one of these, clone it over, and there's going to be an extra 0.5 on here. So this is a 10 by 10 block. Actually, right before I do that, let me make this thing a little thicker. So I'm going to bring this thickness from 0.1 to 1.1. So I just brought it into the cube. I'm going to do the same thing with this side. So there we go. So now those are all 1.1. Okay, now I go back to my clone tool, grab those, move them 10.5, or I'll clone them 10.5, and then I want to go clone again and just do it again, and then I want to grab all the other ones and then clone them up the same way. Clone, switch back to clone, go up again. Now I'm going to select all of those, and since everything is equidistant, I can just clone this whole mess, pull it back into itself, and then go to rotate, and we can just flip that 90-degree around, and there we go. We got 4 sides done. We can go back to clone it out, clone it back in, rotate the other direction, and there we go. Now we got the top, the bottoms, sides, everything done. Awesome. Now, I believe, okay, I'm going to mess this up, but it seems to me that maybe red and white were opposite of each other. I don't know. I'm going to color this thing. I don't remember exactly. Those are really bright, too. I don't remember exactly what the colors were again. The other day I looked them up, and I just copied the Wikipedia page that explains what they are. And there's the classic ones, and then there's all the variants that have come throughout the years, and they're a little different than each other. So I think maybe yellow was on top. I don't remember. I'm just throwing all the colors in here right now, so don't scorn me for getting the colors wrong. I know they're wrong. I get it. Alright, and one more color. What is it? Oh, it's orange. That's right. Alright, cool. And we need to turn collision off on that center block right there so we can jump in through it. And then going to save this thing and reload it, because that's the way I like to roll. I don't like the surprises that come with not having it loaded correctly. Wow, that's incredible. Whew. Wow. Okay, it's an unforeseen sort of thing. I don't like it, but I'm not going to look at it anymore, so it is neat though. Okay, so in order to get that going, I just jumped in there, and then I just turned collision on all blocks, and then I just unanchored all blocks. And I'm done. Like, that's it. Tutorial finished. You have the Rubik's Cube. So this one's hollow, so it's not going to be as strong as my other one that just made it to the treasure, shockingly, by flying through the air. I didn't even get to show you guys how strong it is, because, it had such an easy trip, and all it had to do was get airborne. That was amazing. Alright, this thing's going really slow. How about a little fast forwarding? Whoa! Wow! Okay. Well, the cube's still there, and if I wanted to, I could anchor it in place, and then I could go get back in it again and try again. So this stage right here, I forget what it's called, but it has the little air spurts that shoot you up in the air. That one there is brutal on the cubes. The western stage, the one with the tumbleweeds, that one's brutal on the cubes, because the tumbleweeds hit you and they weigh like 1,000,000,000 pounds or something, and they like shoot you out of the world. And it seems like there's one other one that's pretty wicked. Can't remember what that one is. I don't know. I'll think about it as soon as I'm done with the video. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you found that useful. Oh, and I forgot to look at how many plastic exactly. Okay, so I select everything except for that gold block. Where's it at? Well, if I could see it. Oh, there it is, right there. Awesome. So it's all plastic. It's just under 1600. So yeah, if you have 1600 plastic, you can actually build that right there, just like that. So yeah, if you've been following this channel, if you watch Hero Plays Roblox, and if you've been following my builds, you'll know that plastic is very valuable to me. And you can see here 484,000 left. So I like plastic a lot. So if you can build a cube that big, then you can do a solid cube with just a little hole in the middle for you to be in. And that works really nice. Of course, you can always build a cube like this big, and that would work pretty good too, I suppose. But you might have trouble getting through the stages. Looks kind of big. Alright, see you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.